There is another reason Muslim clerics and kings don't want the Quran translated. By doing so, their biggest deception dissolves. Muslims protest that Allah is simply the Arabic word for God and that we all worship the same spirit. But that's simply not true. The Quran says that Ilah is the Arabic word for God and that Allah is His name.
Quran 3:62. This is the true explanation. There is no Ilah, God, except Allah. Quran 52:43. Have they an Ilah, God, other than Allah? Quran 5:4. Pronounce the name of Allah and fear Allah. Quran 21:107. Say, it is revealed to me that your Ilah, God, is only one Ilah, God. Quran 28. Allah. There is no Ilah, God, save Him. Quran 20:14. Verily, I am Allah. No Ilah, God, may be worshipped but I. Quran 20:97. Your Ilah, God, is Allah. There is no Ilah, God, but He. Quran 59:22. Allah is He. No other Ilah, God, may be worshipped. He is Allah, whom there is no other Ilah, God.
This is important because the Judeo-Christian God, the God of the Bible, has a name, Yahweh. Not only isn't Allah Yahweh, His character could not be more opposed. Allah is a very nasty and deceptive fellow.
Quran 4:142. Surely the hypocrites strive to deceive Allah. He shall retaliate by deceiving them. Quran 68:44. Then leave me alone with such as reject this message, and call our pronouncements a lie. Systematically, by degrees, step by step, we shall punish them in ways they cannot even imagine. Quran 89:23. For His, says Allah's, chastisement will be such as no other can inflict. None punishes as He will punish. None can bind as He will bind. Quran 64:11. No calamity occurs, no affliction comes, except by the decision and preordainment of Allah. Quran 96:15. Let him beware. If he does not desist, we will seize him, smite his forehead, and drag him by the forelock. Then we will call upon our angels of punishment to deal with him. Quran 74:15. They have offered stubborn opposition to our signs. Soon I will visit them with a mountain of calamities, imposing a distressful punishment. For men thought and plotted, woe to them, they shall be cursed. Quran 74:26. Soon I will fling them into the burning hellfire. It permits nothing to endure, and nothing does it spare. It darkens the color of man, burning the skin. It shrivels and scorches men. Quran 88:1. Some faces, parentheses, all disbelievers, Jews and Christians, into parentheses, will be humiliated and scorched by the burning fire, while they are made to drink boiling water. Quran 18:108. Verily, we have prepared hell for the hospitality of the infidels. Hell is for the disbelievers' punishment.
No, we do not worship the same God, nor follow the same prophet. To better understand the nature of Islam's dark spirit, to grasp his twisted, mean, and violent message, I encourage you to browse the Muhammad's Own Words appendix as time permits. You may want to begin with what the eyewitnesses had to say, as their testimony was remarkably accurate. Their view of Muhammad, Allah, and Islam is identical to my own. If you think Islam is peaceful, read quotes from the fighting, terror, war, jihad, martyrs, and militant sections first. If you think Islam is religious, start with the thievery, murder, torture, deception, megalomania, money, and lust categories. If you think Islam is tolerant, you should scan quotations under intolerance, Jews, Christians, women, and racism. If you think we all worship the same God, read demons, Allah, Ar-Rahman, hell, paradise, no choice, stupidity, Islamic science, and Allah's astronomy. If you have the time and fortitude, dive into the world of Islamic scholarship. The best research was conducted by Arthur Jeffrey, D.S. Margolith, Sir W. Muir, Patricia Crone and F.E. Peters, Ernest Renan, Joseph Schacht, and John Waynesboro. For a little lighter reading, try Sir John Glubb's The Life and Times of Muhammad or Mark Gabriel's Islam and Terrorism. If you haven't done so already, familiarize yourself with the Judeo-Christian scriptures, because Islam is based upon twisted Bible stories. At the very least, read Genesis and Matthew, so you're in a position to judge whether the original or the Islamicized versions are more credible. And while the Bible is unfazed by Islam, for the Quran to be true, the Torah must be both inspired by God and be wrong on every page. Also, consider reading at least one book on Bible archaeology. Understanding the Bible's historic roots is essential if you wish to render an informed decision about the Quran's variant claims. Recognizing that most people don't have the will, time, or means to invest 10,000 hours into the study of Islam, I have done the heavy lifting for you. I have distilled Islam's 5 earliest books into one, and rather than taking them out of context, I have organized them chronologically and woven them together. You will see Muhammad, Allah, and Islam as they really are. So that you might appreciate the consequence of ignoring Islam, I have included sections comparing the Islamic scriptures to Hitler's Mein Kampf. Formed as a religion to inspire martyrdom, Nazism caused the worst war in human history. Yet apart from time and place, Islam and Nazism are indistinguishable. As you read Prophet of Doom, you will begin to question the validity of Islamic sources. The Hadith and Quran are so errant historically, logically, and scientifically, you'll think that I'm quoting from sources hostile to Islam rather than from their most revered scriptures. When you come to that point, I encourage you to visit the source material appendix. It's a scholarly review of the works that comprise Islam, their inspiration, history, and authority. This analysis will be particularly helpful for Muslims, since their imams have lied to them about the nature of their scriptures. Most rational men and women will conclude that a God who is principally vengeful, forgetful, contradictory, and irrational might not be a God after all. But why should we care? It's a free world, and Muslims are entitled to their beliefs. What's more, Christians have at times behaved no better. Who are we to cast stones? The fact is, Muslims are killing us and will continue to kill us until we have the good sense to understand the doctrine that drives them to such behavior. Besides, the Muslim world isn't free. It has never been free. Okay, so Muslims aren't free. So what? Why are their problems our problems? Because we are free. We have the opportunity and responsibility to diagnose this disease before it consumes our life, liberty, and prosperity as it has theirs. So fasten your seatbelts. It's time to expose Islam.